Welcome back to Gallery 5, Schenectady's Artist Talk. And our fourth artist up is Sandra Williams. She likes to be called Sanny and Sunny. What? Sunny. And take it away. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Steve, and thanks for everything that you guys do, setting up this whole show and everything. I really, really appreciate it.
Cool.
Well, Sunny, as Steve says, and I do sculpture, drawings, and paintings. Well, as you can see here, we got two heads and one painting. The sculptures, I work in metal wire. I always collect metal wires everywhere I go. And it can be any wire, but some kind of metal or copper, or in this case over here, it has a little bit of blue over it, all the electronic stuff. So first, I usually start in the middle, excuse me, with one eye. From where I work out all the points I make first. From there on, I slowly make the netting from opening and closing together, like as breathing in and breathing out. And then I let it, it always goes really automatic, that it grows bigger and bigger, really like the Fibonacci spiral in nature. And like how the trees grow slowly around the rings and bigger. And so then I sculpt it as I go along. It's almost like a clay kind of thing, because it's soft, still nicely mattable. So then I keep sculpting until I have the whole head together. Then I go with it's just regular acrylic. And I use a little bottle with a little tip with it like a paint or like a pen kind of end. You screw it on. So you have to kind of have the right thickness. And then I go slowly over the metal lines till I find the right thickness. So yeah, that's basically the head part. And then I always look for, I'm gonna need a base. So in these cases, I wanted to incorporate it, needed something else. So in this case, I found this mini palette, because we're doing so much moving constantly. Everybody's always so busy. So I was like, great, because the blue is more like calm and more to yourself, I think. So that's why I call it rest. Because we all need rest, and it's hard to take some rest and take a break sometimes once in a while. And so the other one, yeah, it's the same. And then I incorporated, I found this at the thrift store. I like going to thrift stores and everything. It's a little kitchen in the inside from wood, which I painted over, because I think the kitchen is really, like, the good food comes from there. It's really the heart of the house. Then I've incorporated an eye looking out. Oh yeah, because also I usually have one eye looking in and one eye looking out. From Modigliani has worked with that as well. So kind of always kind of reflecting on yourself and at the same time with the outside world. And so this is a little resin where there was a stone originally in, but I took that out. And then I left that wire, and then that's painted. Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah.
How long does it take you to create a finished product?
Well, it definitely takes a while. Definitely, the paint part takes a while. So yeah, at least a month, I would say. Yeah, yeah. And then also the time, not always I find a piece that fits the whole idea together. So sometimes it's, I have a sculpture held off for months or something, until I find finally like, that's gotta be with that piece, and yeah, or I find something and I think like, yeah, I need this, and I move it around everywhere I go, and then maybe years later I use it. Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit more about the motif of what you're using, like in the painting and your sculptures? That thin, it looks like a vegetable net or a fruit net, like the bags, and you were talking about the breathing in and out, and
Yeah.
I'd like
well,
to hear that.
Well, kind of, yeah, the breathing in, so like the breathing in and the breathing out, so the wire, left and right, coming together. And I've been working with this fencing a lot.
Right.
Started out more as fencings that I could put up on myself or that society puts up on me. So you kind of work with that. So like in the head, it is the kind of the fence between your inner and outer world kind of thing.
Because I have noticed it in a lot of your work.
That pattern?
Yeah. that
Yeah.
pattern.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I did want to bring it all down to as minimal as possible. I've always liked, I was always more into not too much technique and stuff, like keep it super simple. So I wanted to bring like really things that we all have in common kind of thing. So I thought classical heads, it's a classic subject kind of thing.
Oh, they come together very well.
Oh, thank you.
And you said that one glows in the dark, right?
Yes, yeah. Yeah. And yeah, because, well, what I like to is like with a simple rhythm of in and out, you deform it a little, but you can make basically everything, and it transforms into whatever you want. So, yeah. And then this painting is more, I would say, calm. This is Pleiades, the constellation. So, but my other paintings are more like busier. So, yeah. Did I fill my time yet?
If you want, yes.
Oh, well, should I say by the gallery?
Oh, sure, why not? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Well, I've always liked, I'm obviously not from here, and when I first came here, my husband and I lived in Albany, and we set up, he was a carpenter, and he also worked for a landlord at a time, for the buildings in order and everything, and he had this building left over, well, not left over, but nobody could ever stay and fill it, so it was basically always empty. So then he asked my husband, like, blah, 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 or something happened. So, and I told my husband, like, well, I'll put a gallery in there. And so we made some kind of deal, like, so we started the gallery. And that was for me great to meet other people coming to a new place. And yeah,
Is
so
it still
that was
there?
great. No, the gallery?
Yeah.
No.
They're tough to maintain, aren't they?
Yeah.
Word up.
And we had like a very good arrangement with the owner. He basically let us slide all the time, But in the end, it was a little much, like 4 or 5 years later. So yeah, we just had to let it go. But, yeah.
What is in the, I'll call it the iris of the right eye and the glow in the dark one? What is it?
It is metal,
Just metal?
metal wire.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you painted it differently, or is that the color it was?
No, this is the original wire, the pure wire by itself,
Okay.
and then the rest is painted.
Okay.
Yeah, like layer over layer. Like as a kid, I was thinking maybe as a kid, I used to like making dripping sandcastles.
Yeah.
I used to love doing that, and it's kind of the same, feeling. Just slowly over time, it grows. But that's what I also like about nature, the slow growing over time, or the little things making one big thing together. So.
What's interesting about my different perspective here is noticing your stands for the heads, especially the one on the right. You get to really notice the thought that you put into that.
Ah, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a vital part of sculpture is
Yeah. But
how it's presented on a base, without a base, whatevs, but
Yeah.
as a
they worked
sculptor,
out
you're
quite
more
nice.
aware of that.
Right.
Yeah, these, I wanted to keep that classic base in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Sonny.
Thank you.